I always thought like once you turned to a job, you're just like, no, you're just depressed for the rest of your life.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, right.
I could never wake up for school either. I was the exact same way, but work, I'm up. Like my alarm is not even off, and I'm up. Yeah, it's because it's something I enjoy doing. School, I never really enjoyed doing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It wasn't that I was bad at school, but it was just not my thing. Mm-hmm. And this is like taking me a career path I want to go to and something I want to do for the rest of my life. And so that makes me want to get up and get ready and go.
You're going to have to work hard. Like, it's not just like show up and everything is done for you. You still have to go out and get it yourself. Outcome and what you get out of working hard and putting time into this industry, you get a lot of good things out of it. You get like independence. You can provide for your family. You can do all this kind of stuff. The pipes were clogged and it was Saturday, so it would have been like $600 to go call a plumber. But I was like, I can do it. Let's go to Home Depot and rent the part. It was $80, and we went in and did it ourselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the trades too, it's a skill that you can have for life. And like with HVAC and electrician, it's all the stuff you could just do in your house by yourself. You don't have to hire somebody or call somebody to fix it.
Also, like in this seat, guys, like I got to be very good posture because if my belly sticks out, I look like Santa Claus. Man.
I've had that already.
Man, I had that in the last one.
I
was moving around. I was like, oh my God.
Can I just say this is my favorite podcast so far because it's you guys. This is badass. This is going to be great.
Thank you.
Okay?
It's going to be fun.
This is where the what do we say? The rubber meets the road?
Sure, man. You can say that if you want.
Are we rolling, friends? All right,
we're rolling.
All right,
Great.
so we don't have to talk real yet.
Quarter pipe. Sorry, we're rolling. Okay, seriously, we're ready.
This is a good day.
This is a great day.
What did you do over at the high school today?
Let's figure out master schedules, man. We had like we figured out where all the teachers teach and all the blocks they teach. So I had like thousands of magnets, had all these like department heads. I spent like 7 hours in a room like that, facilitating, asking people questions. So like my voice is shot, but I'm ready. You guys have made me. You guys are gonna ruin my voice because by the time this is done, I'm gonna have no voice left. It's gonna be awesome. We'll love it. So that's where I am today.
This is an exciting day because we've got two young people that have just gotten into their careers, and it's just really fun to have you here. So welcome to the Fired Up podcast. Welcome back to the Trade Collective. Let me just first start by saying I'm really proud of you guys for what you're doing. And, Pete, our job and our life here is to help people find what it is that they like to do and what they can make a great living at doing. And so I think we have two great examples here. And so let's take a little bit of time here and talk about how you got into it. Maybe we'll go back a little further and talk about where you grew up and your backgrounds. And then I'd love to hear what you're doing right now. Like, I know you're early in both of your careers, but kind of what you like so far, and then kind of what's exciting about the future possibilities.
Yeah, man. I see it. I know we got like some questions. We always do, but it's more like a conversation, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm might ask some follow-up questions just to get into it. I might ask questions about what you guys wish you could have had access to in high school in terms of where you are now. That's what would be really helpful for me because it's kind of what I'm responsible for the curriculum at the high school. So like new courses, what the opportunities are. So I always value the feedback.
His boss is calling me right now.
Uh-huh.
I just want to make sure Sean Mansfield's calling.
My boss is calling?
Your boss is calling, yeah.
Why is my boss calling?
Hey, Sean, I'm on a podcast right now. I'm talking to one of your guys here, so I can't really talk. But how's he doing? How's he doing? He's doing great. All right. Well, I'll call you later because we are literally on a podcast right now. But apparently your boss says you're doing great. All right. I'll talk to you.
Did he say that because we're on a podcast or?
I think
I didn't bring my phone out. I could fake that too.
Who is this man to you? Who's Sean Mansfield to you?
My boss.
Your boss? Yes. The guy that brought you in?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy you introduced me to.
Yeah. And I do know that he thinks you're doing great.
That's good.
So, it is great. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good, man. I just think like this is what
off.
it does. It goes, it's just a conversation. So, but I also want to learn like what we could do better at the high school for you guys. Like if you have like any like wishes, like just think about like, hey man, I wish we could have done that. So I'll ask that question at some point. If I forget, just feel free to interject.
Do you know what he does at the high school?
Curriculum. I feel like
Yeah, I create the class. I work with teachers and department heads to create the classes, course opportunities, all sorts of stuff. But for this purposes of this show, I'm here to learn about like what opportunities were available, what opportunities you wish you had, so I could put it in my like, you know, file that away and like make some things happen, change some stuff. So, you know, I'm here to learn.
Let me just tell you a funny little story. When we started the Trade Collective, Pete came in. Pete and I have been friends for a long time, and he's like, "Why do you?" I don't know if you remember this, but why do you have HVAC on the wall? Do you remember that? I don't mean to embarrass you.
No, go ahead. I did.
But you said, why do you have HVAC on? Are you going to make me teach HVAC? And I said, no. I mean, we have HVAC on the wall because I think you can make a good living doing that. Am I asking you? I don't know what I'm asking you yet, but that was,
yeah.
So we're going to get to that a little bit. There's a lot of, we're learning lots of new things here about what young people can get to and go do. So, not to embarrass you, Pete.
No, I mean, I probably asked because I didn't know what it stood for.
Oh. But as adults, we're really not good at asking questions. So it's good that you asked that, and it's and I can't wait to hear about your world. Where do we start, Pete?
I mean, I think the first one is like just a little bit about who these folks are, what they're doing, and then we'll get into like, you know, what their experience through the trade. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, you're here, you're working in HVAC. Yeah.
Name's Alan Muir.
Hey, Alan. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I'm working at a company called A Service. They do HVAC, heating, cooling, plumbing, sewer, and electric. So there's a wide variety of things they got me doing.
And what did you do today?
Today, I was helping rod out an apartment in Chicago.
What was the problem you were fixing?
Clogged pipes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you prepared to do that? Or so you show up at a house.
I was with, not by myself. I was with somebody else.
Yeah, so you're with somebody else with more experience. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that. What happens? You're out there riding.
So I drive the truck there.
You drove it?
Yeah. They let me drive the truck because he has his own truck. He has all his stuff in. So he was already down there. So I go drive down the truck, go drive down there. And so I had the routing machine in my truck. So go take the routing machine out the back and go put it in the house. Because he had a machine where it was like, sprays water down the pipe. It's like a pressure washer, but like for sending it down a pipe. So, but I guess that didn't work. So he needed me to come with a routing machine. Yeah.
Every day's a little different, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because every house is a little different, right?
Yeah. Because they do new construction too. So I see some new construction jobs sometimes and stuff like that. Which is
now, when you came to us, you said, I think I want to be HVAC, correct?
Yes.
Isn't that how that came to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember why you wanted to do HVAC?
It's just what I knew. It was just what I guess first came to me and what I thought I could do. Okay.
And tell us about the onboarding and what happened. You met Sean, who just called me. Yeah. But tell me what was that experience like?
Well, my uncle told me he knew somebody if that could help me, and I was, you know how it is, like, oh, I don't need help, whatever.
But you're one of those I don't need help guys. Yeah. I got two of those at the house, man. I mean, that's like I hate that. What is it with? I mean, I get it, right? But why? Like, this is very real. This is very personal. I got kids, and my kids hate it when I'm like, I got this guy. I could help you with this. What is it? Because you want to do it on your own?
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like the thought of. I don't know why I didn't like it. Just like I wanted to do it without my parents' help and like my family's help. But like, and then I was like, I might as well just give it a try. Mm-hmm. It worked out. So
just describe the process. What happened?
So I get a text from my uncle first, and then he calls me a couple minutes later saying, I want you to meet these people. They're doing a pretty good program. And I was like, sure. Okay, you've been bugging me for a while. I'll give it a try.
Get you off my back.
Yeah. And I came here and I sat down with you, and you showed me that there is a lot of opportunity in HVAC, and even not just HVAC. You showed me mechanical and all that kind of stuff. Construction. The construction job up in Ryan Field. You were talking about that, and but I didn't really want to do that.
Yeah, but give me your state of mind and the state of being before you showed up here for you.
My plan, I wanted to go to Chile and ride motorcycles.
Okay.
But
why Chile?
I'm Chilean. I lived in Chile for 5 years.
Okay.
So my goal when I'm at least is to live there at some point.
Okay.
And my mom's going to live there. My dad's going to live there. My whole family's going to be down there.
Cool.
So I want to, of course, at the end of this, but this is like 20, 30 years from now.
Right.
I want to live down there. But, where was I at?
Well, we were talking about kind of before you got here, sort of, you graduated from Evanston.
Oh, yes.
And what did you do in between here and graduation?
Here in graduation, not much, to be honest.
Okay.
Like here, like
in
right
general,
now, or like
with
before I
that
got my
time
job?
after you graduated till the time you showed up here looking for a connection.
Just talking. I didn't really,
Yeah.
I was talking about doing stuff. I didn't really pursue anything.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Talking and then doing.
Yeah.
So
I would talk about what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And of course, my plan switched. I wanted to work for a bit and then go down and ride motorcycles in Chile.
Okay.
That's what the plan
like,
was.
what do you say? You'd be like ride around, or you'd be like riding a track,
I know, like I want to just
like ride around, hang out,
ride around
the countryside.
work on motorcycles and live down there.
Okay,
But,
got
which
it.
would have been pretty cool, but
Yeah, you know what? It serves a cool factor. Yeah.
but
Are you independently wealthy?
I'm happy.
Okay, I'm just teasing. That was a joke. I mean, now you have a job.
Yeah.
You have a career. Let's talk about what happened when you started working. Tell me like what you're starting to work at this company now.
Yeah.
Sean hires you.
Yes.
That was a big day, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Tell me about that.
This guy named Rich, he calls me. I'm walking my dog. Random number. I wasn't going to answer. And then I was like, might as well. What if something important? And so I answer the phone. Like, hey, it's Rich with AA Service. Well, when are you available for an interview? I was like, tomorrow if you want me to. He was like, tomorrow's Saturday, so we can't do that. But he said, come by Monday and we'll give you an interview. And so I went in Monday, front door. He sat me down in one of the offices, just asked me questions about like who I am, what are my goals, stuff like that. And she said everything looks good. And then a couple of days later said I was hired. And
What do you think they liked about you?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I guess I don't really know.
Okay.
But I feel like they saw something and it's working out. And
I understand what they saw in you. I get it.
But
I think it's like two things, though, right? Like you obviously saw something in them that you liked,
yes.
and what was that?
They're very like I don't know how to say this. It's just like the little community and how they just like they're really like close to each other and they mess around with each other. They make jokes. It's not always just like so serious and stuff like that. But like yet they still take their work seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like we still make jokes. Still like
Yeah.
So I always thought like once you turn to a job, you're just like now you're just depressed for the rest of your life. But
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, right.
But no, I see people like they do enjoy what
They
they
do.
do, and they actually like enjoy the people they work with. And so it's just like
That was a
to
nice
be-
welcome then.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
they're pretty.
So how did they start training you to get into a house to start rotting and, because they're not going to just put you into a house right away, right?
No. So in the beginning, it was more just like, so get familiar with what the work is. I was with like another person just like all day, basically. Just like, it wasn't a plumber, HVAC, somebody at the warehouse telling me everything about the warehouse. And like what you have to do at the warehouse, like what you have to do when you go to a supply store and pick up parts for somebody. What do you have to do when you drop them off? What do you have to do when you go help a plumber? Stuff like that. So it was like a couple weeks of that. And then they started letting me drive the trucks like by myself to go pick up stuff, to go help a plumber. And I've spent like days where they have me and a plumber go in the same truck, or like me and an HVAC tech go in the same truck, and I go help them for the day. And like I've done that where it's just like it was just me and this one guy in this one house for like a pretty long time, just fixing. I think it was like a furnace, and then.
So you get to use your hand and your mind.
Yes, a lot.
Right.
Definitely.
I love that. Let's turn to you for a second. You're on the hot seat now. Who are you?
My name is Mekbib, and I work at Apt. You guys would probably have seen them around their trucks.
Oh yeah, they've been in my house.
Yeah, probably got stuff from there.
Yes, I do.
Big company. I work in the warehouse, and I pretty much do like the merchandise pickups where I see orders, and I have to go in the warehouse to go grab it for the customers, whatever they order.
And how did you get into that?
I had a friend who, her dad, Jamie, he introduced me to Pat, actually. And I had a meeting with Pat and Dan, and it was a good meeting, actually. They helped me figure out different stuff.
Didn't you come originally for the Carpenters event?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's what I came for. But you and Dan gave me the different opportunities. That was like to go work at Apt, this electric place on Ridge. And I ended up interviewing at Apt, and that's where I landed.
And I saw you the other day. It surprised me. We took a tour over there. Apt is. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I think it's an amazing company.
No, it is.
And I think the way they treat people there, I just was kind of just blown away by. We brought 5 young people there, and I just couldn't believe. There was no warning signs to anybody that we were coming through, and we got to see everything, the behind the scenes. And I mean, everybody seemed happy. You know, if you want to try all the different things, you're starting somewhere, but if you want to get into HVAC or into carpentry or into plumbing, they're going to give you that shot, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me what it's been like, because you haven't been there that long. You're a few weeks now, right?
Yeah, this is my 3rd week actually, but so far it's been good. Everybody there, very kind, very nice, as you said. Everybody got very good values. The whole company Apt itself has good values.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, they treat everybody well. They want everybody to be happy, their employees and their customers. So on their sign, it literally says, "We say yes to everything."
Nice.
We've been pleasing since 1936. That's their motto.
Love it. Did that surprise you at all? Like going in, like you know, we heard over here, like I thought work was going to be like depressed and like just miserable, but like the culture. But you're speaking of the same thing, right? Like,
yeah.
Was that a surprise? Like entering a workforce and being like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, it was, because I mean, I've never really worked, because I mean, I just graduated from high school, so it was like my first real job. That was not what I was expecting at all. Everybody would be very nice and kind. Made it much easier to work, honestly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The culture, we're speaking of like culture, and work culture is huge, because if you work in an environment that you know instantly if it's not a fit.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you've ever had a job in the summer or something where you're like, oh no, not this. I had lots of jobs. Some of them were great. I worked in a retail store that I won't name when I was like 22 years old.
Please name it.
And no, it's embarrassing. I lasted one day.
Yeah.
It was a really bad day of work, man. The culture was toxic. People were mean. You know, they assumed I knew everything. I was like, it's my first day. They're like, I'll show you this once. And I'm like, well, that's kind of hostile. Yeah. But like then I got out of there real quick, found a place that I liked. I worked at a bookstore for a couple of years. And then, I was a house painter, did stuff like that. But to me, the culture, and I work in schools, and you can tell the difference between a school to good culture, school to bad culture. If you're in a good culture situation, you got to love that. It just makes you better. You walk into work happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel it definitely makes me happy to go to work, especially because I start my days at 6 a.m. That's when work starts.
That's when work starts?
Yeah, work starts. I mean, I wake up at 6 a.m. Work starts at 7 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, but I like how work starts when I wake up.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I love that.
But I've never had that. I've never been waking up at 6 in the morning, so it feels strange.
I hated to wake up and even 9 to go to school. But no.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You
Are
like a
are
tardy to
okay
school
getting
guy?
up now?
Yeah, no, I'm early. I have to show up early to work.
Why?
So, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like school was different than work for me.
Yeah, I was going to ask that
I feel
question.
that.
Like, we got a big problem with tardies. Like, the whole nation, everybody comes to school tardy. They come to class tardy, come to school tardy. But for work, it's like, I'm there early.
I'm there on time basically
right?
every day. Yeah.
I could never wake up for school either. I was the exact same way, but work, I'm up. Like my alarm is not even off, and I'm up. I'm ready.
And what do you? Why are you?
love that.
Well, let's talk about
talk
that.
about it.
Why are you ready? Why are you excited? Both of you. Why are you? What is it about that you're going into that you like? Is it because you like it?
Yeah, it's because it's something I enjoy doing. School, I never really enjoyed doing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It wasn't that I was bad at school, but it was just not my thing. Mm-hmm. And this is like taking me a career path I want to go to and something I want to do for the rest of my life. And so that makes me want to get up and get ready and go.
That's a motivator.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you?
I mean, they do pay me. So.
That's always my answer, right? When people would say yeah, but like why? They'd be like, well, Pete, these kids are tardy, and they we're setting them up at work. They're going to be tardy, and they're going to lose their job. And I'm like, yeah, but people get paid.
Yeah.
There's an incentive, I think, but also the culture.
Yeah.
Because think about it. If you didn't like the culture, you'd be like, man, I got to go do this. I have to go to work. But if you like the culture, there's some days. Yeah,
do I really have to go? It's
I get it.
But once I'm there, usually it's fine.
Yeah.
But waking up, sometimes it's just
oh yeah, it's hard. Let me tell you, same here.
For me, the culture you were just talking about, at school, people are not always the nicest. Some people are negative. At work, it's not. It doesn't feel the same way. Mm-hmm. It's different. People
feels better, right?
Yeah.
Also, there's that collective spirit, you were talking about apt, right?
Yeah.
People know what the motto is. You know the motto, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And but they live that motto.
Yeah.
As a company, as an organization, and that's big. Resonates with me.
What do you guys wish people knew about your careers and what you're beginning to see? What do you wish kids in high school knew? What would you say to yourself if you were a freshman in high school?
It's not that bad as people make it. Not people make it seem, but when you think about plumbing, you don't think about all the different types of plumbing you could do. You don't think when you think about HVAC, you don't think about all the different types. People just when people think of plumbing, just think of playing around and poop all day.
Yeah,
but it's really not.
It's actually a critical thing. If your toilet's not working,
yeah,
right.
But there's also if you want to be a plumber and don't want to be around poop all day, there's installation plumbing where it's just yes, you put in water heaters and stuff like that. So yes, it's still you have to be around some nasty pipes, but it's less of different type of stuff. It's just yes, there's plumbers who do that, and it is like that. But there's different careers and opportunities in just plumbing. It isn't just one thing you're going to be doing all the time.
That's what is interesting to me. There's options within, and I think we tend to typically paint with one brush. Plumber. Oh, I know what a plumber does. I've had a plumber come to my house.
Right.
But you really don't know what a plumber does.
Right.
Fair? Yeah.
How about you?
I definitely would tell myself there's other opportunities besides just going straight to college. And I kind of wish I knew that when I was younger, especially my freshman, sophomore year when I really, really didn't like school at the time and had other stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And I just wish I knew this type of path and somebody like Pat come to my school and speak about trades and let me know there's different ways to go.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think there needs to be more affirmation on that. I mean, we tend to in schools traditionally put a real premium on go to college, 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 right? And that's fine for some people. That's good. It's what you want to do. Your heart's in it. You go. That's great. But for a lot of people, it's it doesn't fit. right? It's like, well, I don't like that, or I don't want to do that, or I'm just not into it, or I'm going to fake it. I'm going to go, and then I'm going to drop out. In that case, that's kind of the worst of both worlds, because then like now you're in debt.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the worst degree is not the degree you didn't start. It's the degree you started and didn't finish, because now you're in debt. So I do think we do a better job of that. I also think like there's this interconnectedness and value that I think we place incorrectly on certain things. Like lawyer, I want to be a lawyer. Okay, great. You go be a lawyer. We had a congressman up at the high school the other day, and he said, if my pipes break, I don't want a lawyer. I want a plumber. If my car breaks, I don't want a plumber. I want a mechanic. Like, and it's just like everybody's interconnected. If a mechanic gets sued, well, they need a lawyer. But like, everything is interconnected, and we should value everything, was the point. And I think that is a good message to send. And I think if we can send that message of equal value to folks, so that they can feel affirmed at an earlier age and see the possibilities, because then school just becomes like, I imagine if you don't like school, it's probably a drag to get to school. Yeah. It's probably a drag to do school.
Yeah.
Right. Even if you're good at it, even if whether you get good grades or not, if you don't see the value in it, or you're like, that's not for me down at that other end. But if you saw like, okay, I want to do this, and we were more intentional about the trades and the opportunities at a younger age, I think that might be more enjoyable, the high school experience, potentially.
Yeah, I have a couple of buddies that are in college right now, and that's not really what they want to do, but that's what their parents wanted them to do, get degrees. But they had other plans, but they had to kind of listen to their parents. So, yeah.
Let's talk about that. So how are your parents now?
I have very supportive parents, honestly, and they love the path I'm taking. They love where I'm working at. They think it's a good fit for me.
Why?
They just they know this is the pathway I want, and they're just supportive of whatever I want. Honestly, they don't want to push me to do something I don't want to do, that I don't enjoy. And if they know I'm happy and I'm enjoying this, they're gonna support me.
That is a great message, and that's a message that's been echoed by other people on this podcast. Like, that's the real value, right? The real value is, I support you, I love you, I support you. You want to do this, I'm going to support you. Even if you tumble along the way, I'm going to support you. I think all too often, like as an adult in this community, having kids, I think we do get caught up, to be honest, in that one myopic view, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you going to college, right? It's a lot of stress on kids. It's a lot of stress, right? But to hear that, some kids do that because they're doing it for somebody else. If you do something, if you spend your life doing something for somebody else, then you're never going to be happy. I don't think.
All right. Is your uncle off your back now?
Yes.
Thank God. Marcelo, he's doing great. Leave him alone. Right?
Yes.
Anything you want to say to Marcelo?
Thank you. I wouldn't, because I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for him and him getting on my back all the time.
Okay.
Even though I didn't like it at the time, I see where he was coming from. I see the vision now.
So what are you learning right now that maybe about life or maybe about the job itself that you kind of didn't know?
Actually, I'm learning how to be more independent and not rely more on my parents, and how to be, I guess, my own person, just even though I'm not out yet, I am learning a lot, even just about the job. Like, I'm learning a lot about myself, a lot about what I'd like to do and what I don't like to do. Mm-hmm. And like, it's a pretty good experience for me, I think.
And are you learning that from other people on the job, or are you just quietly gaining it?
I think a combination of both. I've definitely asked for advice and got pretty good advice from my coworkers, and because there is coworkers who are way older than me and who are like around the same age, like 25, 26. I'm not 25, I'm 18, but
how old are you? You're 18?
I'm 18, yes.
Yeah. How about you? How old are you?
I'm also 18.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you're finding mentors right now is what I kind of hear.
Actually, It is pretty to ask for advice and stuff like that. It is pretty
Somebody
nice.
was once 18, right? And in your shoes.
Yeah.
How about from a skills standpoint? What kind of skills are you working on right now? What are you learning about on the trade front? What do you?
So when I go out and go help, I've done like rodding. I've seen people. I've helped install water heaters, stuff like that, pumps, stuff like that. And for HVAC, I've just basically I don't have to do much. Just like help put furnaces and like up the stairs and like.
So they're
stuff
exposing you to a lot of different things right now.
Yeah, and I get to like. They get to teach me, like when I'm there, I go ask questions like, what does this do? Or what is this? Or like, how do I put this in? Or like how this, because they taught me how to like use ProPress, stuff like that, how to sweat, different stuff like I would need.
What does that mean, how to sweat?
Like the metal you put around copper to keep it from leaking and putting it together.
Wow.
And just like how to put the PVC pipes with PVC primer and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice to like.
And did you know you could do this? You were somewhat mechanically inclined, but are you kind of surprised at how good you're doing?
Yeah, actually, my dad was always like hands-on. Kind of, he's done like he was a chimney sweep carpenter. Like he's done the trades, I'd say, and like so I guess it runs in the family a little bit. But he taught me like how to like use tools since a young age. So it was always just like I knew what tools were and I know how to use them. But it's just like I never knew that that's what I could do for a living. You know.
And what are tools to you? Like what when I hear you just talk about it, it's almost like they're an instrument for a musician, right? The way you were describing that. What kind of tools are you using right now?
Just the basics like. A bunch of right now it's like a lot of ProPress stuff because just I guess new technology.
Okay.
But different size ProPress, just different like I guess like wrenches and different types of pipe fittings.
Sure.
Just basically a lot actually.
Yeah.
And we have a part of the shop is a metalwork shop, and I was asking the guy who works there a bunch of it, like how to make the metal, and we made a shelf for one of the trucks. I helped them out to make a shelf, so which is I kind of just wanted to know how to do it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool how to we use the sheet metal, cut the sheet metal, and then they have a plasma cutting table, I think it is, and how to use that. Like just the big machines, I don't even know what half of them are called, to be honest.
Well, you're in learning mode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But drove a forklift.
Yeah.
Really?
Figured out how to drive a forklift.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty easy. I thought it was going to be way harder than it was.
Okay.
But
I'm trying to get my forklift license at work too, man.
Nice.
So what are you thinking about, Mekbib, over at App? Tell me about what you see maybe your next... what are you doing right now? Explain what you're doing right now, and then and where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself doing that for a year, let's say, and then where do you go from there?
Yeah, right now I'm doing just like the merchandise pickup, and I just work in this. I kind of work in like a little bubble with my team because there's all different parts of the warehouse you can work in, and that's where I work at. But I'm planning to work here for 2 years. And then I'm hoping to go into HVAC because they have a place called App University, and they teach like HVAC, electrician, plumbing, all that. I haven't really experienced that much with trades yet, but I want to experiment with different ones to see what I like. And the HVAC was just like the first one that just came to my head, like what you said earlier, Alan. So that's my goal.
And you know, one of the things that I took away from my visit to Apt was how long people stay there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, a lot of the people have been there for a while. There's a list you can see that shows like your schedules, how long you've been working, and you see a lot of like...
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like a thing called like the premise, and it's just like you can see all that stuff. And you see a lot of like 15 years, 20 years.
That's awesome.
And I think a lot of people love the company because they treat them well, and so they stay around longer.
Yeah, I was going to say, it says something, right? If you're seeing people, you're 3 weeks in, you're seeing people who are 15 years, 20 years, and a lot of them, you're like, oh, yeah, that's inspiring in a way.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me want to stay longer myself, knowing that they take care of their own people.
So what are you curious about? Like, you're curious about HVAC. What else are you curious about on the job?
I mean, there's other pathways you could go there. I mean, you can go into sales. There's people that want to do truck driving, but the reason I want to do HVAC is, I want to maybe learn HVAC there, stay for a couple years, maybe more, and then maybe start my own business around here in the suburbs, and hire people I know, teach them, even kids from the high school themselves.
I love
so,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I hear a lot of young people saying they want to have their own business. I don't think they know what they're saying when they say that. It sounds really good.
Good on them.
Good on you.
It's for the
Good
young.
on you.
That's a young person's game. I love that.
Hey, I've always wanted to be my own boss.
Hey.
But I know I got to start somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
exactly
you
right.
got to learn on someone else's dime. You got to
Exactly.
learn on, what you're learning right now is not something you could have just started a company without any experience. You need to develop experience, these skills, and these mentors. These mentors play a huge role. Do you have any mentors yet at AppJet, or anybody that you're kind of looking up to yet? I met Stefan. He's an amazing guy. I don't know if you run into him very often.
Yeah, Stefan, he actually walks by us all the time. I would honestly say my mentor so far would be my supervisor. His name is Caesar. He's a very nice guy. He knows I'm the new guy. I'm young, so he's very patient with me. Some of the guys in there like to hustle, go. But Caesar tells me I could take my time and all. And so that just feels good knowing that he has my back. Mm-hmm. And if I mess up, he got my back too.
You're in full-on learning mode. Too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What do you think of Pete?
I'm just thinking about you two driving forklifts, to be honest. That's sort of stuck in my head. It resonated. You're like, yeah, I'm learning forklift too. It just seems really interesting to me to be able to learn these skills and not have, one of the things is there's I don't know if you guys know this, but there are lots of folks out there who will take your money to teach you these skills.
Yeah.
And then there are other folks who hook up with situations like you guys have where you're getting paid to learn these skills. There's a real difference there. And in the case of what you two are doing, you kind of took control of that, right? As opposed to paying out of your pocket to learn something, you're learning on the job. And I think that's hugely important. I think it's an important distinction for people to understand. And I think that's another thing we hear from employers too, right? In these areas is we need folks. We'll pay to train them, right? And that's just big. I'm glad to hear that you guys are.
Can I ask you a weird question? 1 out of 10, how happy are you with your company and what you're doing?
I'll let you go first.
At the moment, honestly, a 10.
Wow.
It's before this, I did this rebuilders exchange for a little bit. I kind of learned a little bit about trades, not much hands-on stuff. I did painting a little bit, but this job got me doing stuff. I'm not just at home sitting around, so it's just nice. I feel like I'm being productive, getting something done. Making goals for myself for the future.
That's awesome.
Alan?
I'd say 7, 8. I still there's still stuff I want to do. I still want to go to school. I still want to just have I don't know, sometimes I feel like I still need to do some more. But I'm happy with where I am, and I feel like I'm if this is what I do for the rest of my life, I'll be happy with that.
I think there's a restlessness in people always.
Yeah.
I think that's a normal thing, particularly in a world where we compare ourselves to other people. Mm-hmm. So I think that's natural. And this is not a therapy session or whatever, but I'm just saying, I think it's pretty normal to be looking around and thinking of other things. And so, but I'm glad you're happy. It's very nice to hear that. Yeah.
I would venture a guess that if we polled first year college students coming off of first semester, and we said, "Are you happy?" A lot of them would say no. A lot of them would say no.
Why?
For a variety of reasons. I think there's I moved away from home. I had to make friends. The friend group wasn't there. It was stressful. It was hard. My grades weren't what I thought they would be. I thought I was going to get the classic, I thought I was going to get all A's. I got some C's in there, some B. Oh, I'm not as smart as I thought I was. That's all real, by the way. And that goes to happiness. Now, of course, you're going to find the kids who are I'm in frat A, frat B, frat C, and the whole thing is great. My My university won the won the national championship. They won the Natty, and that's great. But that wears off pretty quick when the reality of like tuition hits, when the reality of like grades hit, when the reality of like I'm not necessarily as smart as I thought I would be. Some kids thrive in that environment. Other kids strive in that environment. And for those that are striving in that environment, it's important for them to realize that they're not alone in that. And I think one of the challenges with folks in there is that they think they're alone. So there's a sense of loneliness when you struggle. And I think that diminishes their happiness.
Can I ask about money?
Depends.
Depends.
Dude, that's
Are you
like
happy?
so private.
Are you happy making? It is a private thing.
What is it? Never ask your weight. Never ask how much money. Never ask me my weight or how much money I weigh.
Or religion. No, I just want to talk. Can we talk about money and talk about like what that does for independence? And because I've heard other young people.
That's a good question, Pat. That's a better question where I thought you were going.
I think, Alan, it kind of goes to you feeling more independent from your parents,
definitely, yes.
right?
Yes.
Because you have a little change in your pocket.
That's definitely enough to move out and sustain me, at the point that I'm at. And definitely when there's a lot of opportunities, even if like I just don't want to go into HVAC, even at the company, there's a lot of opportunities to move up. It's like to be like, even if you want to be behind the desk or if you want to manage or if you want to be like warehouse manager, like you can do that and make a good living off doing that. Like you could, or like even if like at a supply store, like there's people living at the supply store that I see with like really nice cars. Like I go to the supply store and it's just like there's like 2-3 BMWs in the parking lot and it's just like, well,
and those are employees' cars. Yeah.
So it's just like you can make a lot of money.
Actually, that's a good point. If you want to see, look at the employee lot. It tells a lot.
How about you? Are you happy right now?
No, I'm definitely happy. I love seeing the paycheck come in.
Exactly.
And it honestly feels good because I'm living with my parents still, so I get to save all of it up. And so my goal is to just save it all up, live long as I can in the house, and then move out and get my own apartment.
Stretch it out.
Exactly.
Stretch it out.
Until I get kicked out.
You got a great financial planner.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, that is like quality right there. That's exactly the move.
I got nothing to spend right now, so I'm good.
Bank it.
Yeah.
That's great. Invest it. Yeah, that's smart. I love that.
Guys, what else should we talk about? Is there anything that, that, again, we're talking to kids, we're talking to parents. I want to say thank you to the people that hired you and believed in you.
Yes.
I would encourage other companies that are maybe checking this out to think about kind of going back downstream towards the high school and thinking about developing these young peoples to be what we call trade ready. So, and any messages that you're thinking about right now you want to talk about?
I like this. You're going to have to work hard. Like, it's not just like show up and everything is done for you. You still have to go out and get it yourself. You still have to work hard. It's not like, sometimes it's not going to be easy. Sometimes it's not going to always be sunshine and rainbows, but like the outcome and what you get out of working hard and putting time into this industry, you get a lot of good things out of it. You get like independence. You can provide for your family. You can do all this kind of stuff off something I didn't even know really not existed, but like I didn't know you could make a living off of that. It's just, I feel like a lot of people,
even though your dad was in the trades.
Yes. Because my dad doesn't do the trades now.
Okay.
He works from home and does this software company.
Okay.
So was never really exposed to that except for him like building, like he built our back porch, like he built like a bunch of stuff. So like that was really all I really saw. So I only saw it as like a hobby. So I thought it was just like something people do on the side. But it's really something that you can get into and people dedicate their lives to. And it's, you can make a good living off of that.
I can't wait to talk to you in a couple of years and just hear about what both of you what you've gained from this. And, but Mekbib, anything you're
Yeah, like what Alan said, it's not really given, so you have to go get it. And the first couple of years, maybe 4, you have to eat dirt and just deal with it. But when time comes, you're gonna enjoy what you started and just what your goals are.
sure.
I started with I'm proud of you, and I'm really proud of you guys. I think
Thank you.
I think both of your companies are lucky to have you. You know, thanks for your willingness and openness when you came to us. I think, you know, that's a big, let's talk about that real quick. What does it take to show up? How do you have to show up to work every day? What is the physically and then emotionally and mentally, what does it mean to be prepared for the day?
Sometimes I'm not prepared, to be honest.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like I don't want to go, but
Okay.
it's just I feel like it's about just getting up anyways and doing it anyways, and because I always think about like what I'm doing it for, and like how much I would regret it if I really didn't show up to work that day, or showed up late that day. You know, it's like thinking of the consequences a lot more now than I did before, I guess. Which I guess helping getting a job and having something like responsibilities and having something to keep up really helped me like figure out like, you know,
That's real.
gotta get your stuff together.
That's real.
Yeah, knowing that I'm in adulthood now, it's not like school where I could just skip it and not show up.
Right.
I have to go to work, especially waking up at 6 a.m. I got to put some food in my stomach knowing I'm going to have a long day. And so all that is important, but being on time, the whole work environment helps you be disciplined, for me personally at least. Showing up on time, working hard, all that stuff.
Are you guys starting to save money?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What's that like?
Hard. Pretty hard.
Hard? Why?
Yes. Because I want to spend my money.
Yeah.
But, you know, I save my money.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yeah, I've been saving up too. I have an issue with checking my bank there and now, and I just like seeing the money just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's a nice feeling because I couldn't before because I had no money, but now
I think working at App might be the worst or hardest place to work when you see all the toys and all the goodies
man.
they
they have
have.
so much stuff.
They got so much good stuff.
It's like a big mall. It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get lost in
You
there.
get discounts?
Yeah, the first year you're there, it's a 3% discount, and then 2 years 7%, and then it just keeps going. The longer you're there.
Alan, how's your discount?
I don't know.
Did you get a discount on?
I get to just do it myself. you know?
True.
Hey, there it is.
Hey.
There it is. Self-sustained.
That's pretty cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the trades too, it's a skill that you can have for life, and like with HVAC and electrician, it's all the stuff you could just do in your house by yourself. You don't have to hire somebody or call somebody to fix it.
Cause at my house, my dad's house, not my house, the pipes were clogged, and it was Saturday, so it would have been like $600 to go call a plumber and get like rot out, because we have a clean out right in front of our house, and each would have been like something like $500-600 to go
Right.
call somebody. But I was like, I can do it. Let's go to Home Depot and rent the part. It was $80, and we went in and did it ourselves. So it's just like,
Did your dad pay you?
no, he did not pay me.
Pay up, pops.
Hey, get your money, man.
Get your money.
I
Come
live
on,
in his
yeah,
That is rent.
exactly.
That is yeah.
I
All
live in
right.
his house. So I guess
Invoice.
I'll do it.
That's fair.
He's not charging you rent, right?
But that's
No,
nice.
it's not.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a way of earning. That's
Yeah.
great. Pete, any closing
You know,
thoughts? here?
I did have one thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, I just want to thank these two for what they're doing, for staying true to themselves, but also for doing a service to the community by coming on here onto the podcast and sharing your story. Because what that does is it permissions other people, younger people who may hear this or hear about this, to be like, yeah, I want to do that. And, you know, to circle back to what we said earlier, like, gee, I wish someone had told me that. Congratulations. Now you're part of the telling of that opportunity. So good work. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you too. That was awesome. You made my day. And you also gave me work to do, which is good. You gave me work to do.
Any closing?
I had a question for you guys.
Yes, sir.
In the next 10 years, how do you guys think like the trade industry will look like, especially with the new technology and kids want to get into it? Like,
I think it's interesting you say that, because that's one of the things. And I'll let Pat answer some of this, but I'm just gonna jump in. You know, AI is gonna decimate white collar jobs.
yeah.
You know, I want to go in. I mean, I can't be so obnoxious as to say, I can actually, because I read an article about it in the New York Times, so I can outsource the obnoxiousness, right? I'm going to outsource that, because if you could just hide behind a source. They told a story recently about how there were like these guys who were majoring in like economics and they were majoring in finance, and they were, 3 years ago, they would have gone directly to like Wall Street, right? Or work for one of the big firms. And now they can't get jobs.
Wow.
Because a lot of those jobs are now drying up because AI can do it better. They still have to hire people, but AI can do a lot of it. And that was a very lucrative thing to go into, right? It still is. I mean, but there's just less opportunity. The other thing is like computer science. 3 years ago, actually, when one of my kids was graduating high school, computer science was a hot field, right? Go major in computer science, go to a top tier college, come out making 200-300 G's a year. You're loaded, you're set. There were stories of people doing it. That's not now one of the least lucrative majors in college is computer science. Think about that. Wrap your head around that. You went off to college 3-4 years ago. You said, I love computer science. I'm going to make my money. It's gone for a lot of people, unless you're like really, really, really good at it. Right. So as we see more and more of that stuff going away, we're still going to have the trades even with the technology, because you need people to do it. You need people who are skilled to do it. That's not going anywhere soon. Now, like 100 years from now, we got little nanobots cleaning and doing and working for you, right?
I was going to say, because I've seen there was a forklift where you drive it, you're not even in the cockpit, you could be wherever you want in the world, and you just drive it. And then it's like, not a forklift, what you call it? Like one of those digging machines. Mm-hmm. And then you're just have a joystick and the pedals remotely. Wow. So you don't even have to be on the construction site. You can just remotely control.
I don't know, man. If I'm a crane, I'll quote the guy from a couple podcasts ago. If I got something on top of the building and I got a crane up there, I need a crane operator. I don't want a machine doing it. It's just too much going on, right?
I think it's a really good question.
But it is a really good question.
A really good question. And I just think that I think you guys are in the right spot. That's all I can say. I think that I just focus on yourself right now. You're in the right spot. Both of you are in great companies with a career that has longevity. That we're always going to need a plumber. We're always going to need, in Chicago, we're always going to need somebody to fix it's either going to be hot or it's going to be cold. And you've been working in a really cold winter, and I'm sure you're seeing what that cold does to pipes and to a world. And that phone rings more when it gets really cold, right?
And hot.
And so you're going to be, anybody who's working on those two temperatures and those changes is always going to be in need. And there'll be a premium to pay for it. So, yeah.
Let me also add that like being gracious and thoughtful human beings also goes a long way and is AI proof. So that's a big deal too, guys. I mean, that's just really important to wrap your head around. So, right, it's part of the skill trades, but it's also being quality human beings who are good people, can talk to people, can engage like we did here. So just thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions or any other thoughts?
This for you, Pat. What made you want to start the Trade Collective to help kids and bring high schoolers and other people to find their careers?
Well, I had heard about industry people, companies in our town not knowing where to find people. And then I talked with Dr. Bavis about the number of kids that don't go to college or that go to college and then don't finish. And that was just, here you have people who need people. You have a supply of people that if they knew if they knew they were around, and it was just kind of obvious to me, just really obvious to me. And I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a little bit of a risk taker. And so I found this building empty and just started sitting here and meeting with people. It was as simple as that. And, to me, it's a pretty obvious. I see it really clearly, particularly in the 18 plus category of kids that come to us like you two did. Like, I think I want to do this, but I'm not trained or I'm not skilled up. And then to find people to receive you, like a Sean Mansfield or, what App did with you. I'm grateful for that because there's people that clearly need you and want to develop you into people that could be a long-term, people to it just, and it's got to be done on a local level. What if we did this really cool for 10 years, 15 years? We could create when Ryan Field came to town, there was no skilled labor to work on Ryan Field. Imagine if they did it in 10 years. We will have a whole group of people that could be able to build a building here in our town. So that's why I did it. That's why we're all doing this. There's a whole team of us here. And why we're glad to be partnered with ETHS and Oakton. So it's a very complicated thing to figure out, which is kind of why we wanted to hear from you so that we can hear about some young people who've just entered the world and see, is it good? How's it going? Is it all right?
Yeah.
You're getting up on time. You're showing up. You seem to be pretty happy.
Yeah.
That's what we kind of want. We don't want to do this if it's not working. If it's not going to be good, there's certain places we're pretty sure we're not going to send people to because they're not ready to treat people the way we feel like people should be treated. Exactly, so that's a big piece of this puzzle is us sorting out the right kind of companies that we can bring young people into to learn and prosper.
Yeah, I wanna say I'm thankful for you guys, you, Dan, and the whole Trade Collective for helping me out get to where I am right now. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. We're proud of you.
Yeah, it helped a lot.
Good. Glad to get the uncle off the damn back. Marcelo, he's good.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Mm-hmm. All right.
Thank you. Good stuff. What about the sauce, man?
Oh. Gotta do the promo.
Gotta do the promo.
Bam. We are in the sauce studio. You guys like
studio. There you go.
Here we go.
Which camera?
We're doing the promo.
That's for you guys.
That's for you.
That's for you guys.
That's you.
That's part of being in the studio.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thanks so much. That's great.